but it is officially time, after 1 year full of delays, to start this engine for the first time. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Ed Gasket. If you're new to this channel, my name is Ed, and in this video we are going to continue our mint restoration of this 1984 Honda three-wheeler. Guys, among many other things in today's video, the major goal for this project today is to get this machine running, which is something it hasn't done in a long time. Yeah, that was my wife. It's nice that she tolerates this. Now, if you look closely, you'll see there's no exhaust bolted up to this engine. So before we even think about yanking on that pull starter, let's bolt up our head pipe and muffler. So this exhaust is actually aftermarket, put out by DG, and the reason we didn't go with the original Honda exhaust is because the original goes underneath the foot pegs, whereas this one rides over top the foot pegs. The big difference is when you're going over something tall like a big rock or a set of railroad tracks, the original exhaust is at major risk of being completely crushed if it hits any of those objects. So this exhaust running over top the foot pegs completely eliminates that problem. Now, I wanted to keep this build completely original, but this is an area where we were willing to sacrifice and use an aftermarket product. This way we have a better design and we're not going to ruin our exhaust on the first ride. Also worth noting is that the price tag of this exhaust was about $250, whereas the original was going to have to come shipped from New Zealand and was going to have a price tag of about $2,000. So this is the right move. Another major mistake we want to avoid at all costs would be attempting to start this engine without any oil in it. So let's go ahead and get one step closer to finally starting this motor and fill that bottom end with about a quart of 10W40. Now, I do recommend you go with an oil that's specially designed for a motorcycle or an ATV. That's because these motors have clutches within them, and this oil is specially designed for that application. Now, in 1984, when they were designing this motor, you can assume that this specialty oil didn't even exist. So I have a good feeling that those engineers who were sitting around designing this engine have no problem if you're running a good old-fashioned engine oil. Also, this is the wrong way to hold this. Not many people know this. It's actually this way. I'm thinking the worst thing that could happen right now is motor oil starts dripping out the bottom of the engine. That would be a problem. Now, in a normal oil change, you don't evacuate all of the oil. There's always some residual, but since I had this engine apart on my back table for about 3 months and there wasn't a drop of oil within it, I have no problem adding a complete quart compared to the 0.9 quarts that's recommended in the user manual. Let's check our level here. Perfect. Just want to make sure there's no oil leaking between the engine cases, and I don't see any whatsoever, so that's exactly the way we like to see them. As I tighten down the last few bolts on this motor before we try and start it, I always like to think back to all those moments when I had a motor completely taken apart on my workbench and then it never ran again. Last bolt going in is just for this shifter so that we can make sure we're in neutral and that we don't drive this thing off the workbench when we start it up. Although that'd be good content. So the last thing we need here is to put some fuel in the fuel tank and get this thing started. You can see there is no fuel tank on the bike, and that's because that's one of the last things to go on when this machine is finished. So in the meantime, I'm going to use a temporary fuel tank. This can hang from the handlebars or from the ceiling, and you can put a small amount of fuel in here, and it's super convenient to start and tune the engine. This way we also don't have to put fuel in our brand new fuel tank and then lug that thing around back and forth off the machine. All right, guys, there is oil in the motor and fuel in that tank. We even hooked up that other brake lever just in case this thing tries to get away from us. But it is officially time, after 1 year full of delays, to start this engine for the first time. Guys, before I give this thing a yank, I want to let you know that these shirts for a limited time are available at edgasket.com. So hit up edgasket.com, grab yourself a shirt. They're super cheap, super comfortable, and before you know it, you might be building yourself a three-wheeler. Got to turn the switch on. Come on, baby. You think I'd be more excited about it? Sometimes I forget that this is for YouTube, which means I have to hyperinflate my excitement just to keep people's attention. Nope, can't do it. Was anyone expecting it not to run? Was anyone hoping it wasn't going to run? You can leave now, because it runs good too. I guess this thing running was kind of a non-negotiable. If this didn't run, probably would just part out the machine. Guys, thanks for tuning in as we bring this old three-wheeler back to life. If you want to watch this project to completion, be sure to subscribe to Ed Gasket and check out some other videos taking place in the garage. If you want some updates on this three-wheeler before they hit YouTube, be sure to follow Ed Gasket Garage on Instagram. Otherwise, guys, if you need us between now and that next video, we will be in the garage.